Hi and welcome to the Hi-Tec Oils Drift All-Stars for round number 2 of the 2021-2022 season. We are here at the Bend Motorsport Park in South Australia, just over an hour out of Adelaide, and what an establishment it is with so many millions of dollars put into this facility, and it's so fantastic to have this dedicated drift track here this weekend. We've travelled down south, a lot of our competitors coming from Victoria and New South Wales, as well as Queensland down here to take part in round number 2 of the Hi-Tec Oils Drift All-Stars. Alongside, we've also got the Zoo Performance Pro-Am Series here this weekend. We can't wait to bring you all the action that's about to unfold. Right now, let's have a look at our championship standings. And Brodie Mayer took out our round number 1 up at Winton Motorsport Park there, and you can see 115 points with a nice lead over Brendan Bogger O'Grady. Matt Harvey in third from Tasmania also. Right now, though, we've got Carly Bell catching up with a couple of our drivers.
I'm standing next to round 1 winner, Brodie Mayer. How are you going today, Brodie? It's the first time here at the Bend.
Yeah, super stoked to be here. The facility's awesome. First time on track. It was a little bit sketchy this morning trying to get the ropes of things, but no, it's been really good, so I'm stoked to be here.
Now this track is to make some big entries. How are you feeling with that? Still that little SR20 in there?
Oh, the SR's is perfect. The engine of choice, I think, really. But no, look, I come from Simmons. That's my local track from Tassie, so kind of like the fast big entry of this, so it works pretty well, I think.
I'm here with Dale Campaign. Now, Dale, what does it mean for Hi-Tec drifting to come to Adelaide for the first time?
Yeah, it's really good to have such a big event here. It was qualifying yesterday, everyone stepped it up. It was really awesome to watch. So yeah, hopefully that follows through to the battles and we're going to have a good day.
And as we have a look at our qualifying results, Brodie Mayer is number 1 for the second time here in the Pro All-Star Series. Dale Campaign from South Australia, a strong second place there. Patrick Bailey, the Northern Territorian, in third position. As we have a look at the battles, how it's going to unfold, Brodie Mayer is going to go straight through into the top 8. So is Dale Campaign. Matt Harvey will be taking on Damien Cook on the right-hand side of the tree. We'll see Patrick Bailey go to the top 8 after Mickey Moore retired from competition. But the teammates, James Abbott and Scott Shembry, they'll be going head-to-head to see who will make it into the top 8.
I've got Damien Cook beside me with his R33 with the VF front. Now, what's actually happened here, Damien?
We lent the car to Mickey Moo. He's had some issues this morning, and unfortunately he's popped it in the wall over the back. It's a little bit skatey over there, and went in backwards, forwards, did a 360 in the air. He sort of did a really good job.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's done a good job, obviously changing the control arm, changing the rack hand, trying to straighten up now whatever is bent. You're a good citizen for giving the car up. Unfortunately, this is the risk we take, isn't it?
It is, and the drift community is a community, and you can even see now, we've got Tyre Works, Auto Care here, Axe and Tack, there's 10 blokes scrambling under the car trying to find parts that we can fix, and the idea at the moment is just there's quite a bit of bent stuff under there, is just to replace the parts we can to at some point get some sort of alignment into it and then worry about it next week.
What an amazing team you have. Well, look, we wish you the best of luck, and we really hope to see both of you back out there with the car.
The main thing is Mickey's all good, so yeah.
Hey guys, here we are with Nathan Greenhill. The R32s are ready on a trailer. Nathan, what's happened?
Unfortunately, suffered an engine failure. The rod has left the chat, and my day's over. And
that's what's not as meant to. It's not meant to look like that.
No, definitely not. This is supposed to be inside the motor.
So you don't know where the other 2 bolts and the rest of the bearing and everything's gone?
I think it's somewhere out in the track. But my day's over, unfortunately.
What a shame to have Greenhill out already as we head into our top 16 of the Hi-Tec Oils Pro Series, and it's going to be James Abbott taking on his teammate Scott Shembry here, the Hi-Tec Blaze unit. How's it going to go? James Abbott leading us out there in that 2J powered S15 Nigella. And the 350 there gets the blaze on right up on the door of James Abbott. Scott Shembry pushing the car really hard, but something sounds a little bit off. We'll listen to that as he goes on. Just runs over the corner. James Abbott, 2 wheels off out in the sand on the outside corner. And of course, he'll get that back on track and we'll see them go through here, but looks like Scott Shembry there just thrown off a little bit there, but something not quite right there with the 350Z. We'll have to see if we can watch the replay later, see what's going on as James Abbott just tries to finish that run off here at the Bend Motorsport Park. And you see the cool down there, a little bit of frustration, I think, when we see it, not the hand out the window. That's where you can see the frustration there from Scott Shembry. And I know this car has just been playing up a little bit as we get on board now with James Abbott. As he comes through, you can see that's where he goes off into the sand. The bobble of the car there gets it back on track, and he's just been trying to find some grip in that car and where he wants to get it stabilised with the setup, but some issues there. As we have a chat with our officials now, Scott Shembry with some words as the visor goes up. There we go. Can he call 5 minutes? He's looking there to see if he can call 5 minutes there because they want to have a look. We'll go on board with some replays here, all thanks to Tri-Ace. Just not sounding right, is it? Maybe it's got some sort of misfire there, and you can see, well, you can really hear it there, the backfire as they go around. And we'll look at this one now. Scott Shembry's going to lead us out. He's got the car back on track. James Abbott, though, after having those wheels off in the dirt, he's going to have to pull something out if he wants to go through into the next round. Just grabs a little bit of handbrake. Scott Shembry really trying to push past that misfire there. You can see the clutch work going on as well. Battling really hard. We know how much power that car normally makes. Not a lot of angle there as he goes through, and he goes wide out there, wheels out in the dirt, grabs the wall. Oh no, it runs along the wall for Scott Shembry, and James Abbott there, fortunately, pulls the car up and does not make contact, but he'll pull up and make sure that his teammate is A-OK as Scott Shembry really showing the frustration that he's had with this car this weekend. I know they've been chasing it, something that's sort of come out of round one as well. As we check out the replay, a little bit of slow motion, the wheels go off, just sucks him into that concrete wall as the dust goes up. There's nothing you can do at that point. It really pulls the car in, and the amount of damage that we can see already as the car limps towards the wall again. There's going to be a lot going on in that rear cradle of that car, and I'm sure the team are not going to be happy about having to put that one on the trailer early. James Abbott, though, getting let off free there after we saw round number one. Look at, though, the violence there as he hits the concrete wall. Luckily, Scott Shembry looking A-OK at the moment.
Now, Scott, what's more important is asking is, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all good.
What
I don't think hurt him, he's my pride. Nah, just obviously the miss came back in that first battle against Jabbett, so just pulling all the power out of it. We just tried to get the run through. Obviously Jabs came off in his lead run. So yeah, just went out, tried to put on a good lap, get through it, and the miss came back just as I was heading out, sort of put me out towards the dirt and then just dragged me into the wall. So
Just definitely threw you off, and it's just something that you just can't predict and control when it happens.
yeah, of course. Like, look, when the car was working yesterday, it was super quick. So look, the potential is there. We just got to get rid of this miss. So we'll go back. Obviously, all the arms are broken. We're lucky that I think both the wheels took most of the grunt of the hit. So we'll just get some new Wisefab arms, go back, put it back on the dyno, sort that out, and then everything should be good for the next round.
All right, well, we can't wait to see you at round 3.
Thanks, guys.
Great to see, although frustrated, still got a smile on his face, Scott Shembry. As we move into our next battle, it's Roger Jansen against Adam Wood, and Jansen, our number 4 qualifier, as he throws it in here in the lead. Adam Wood trying to close that proximity up as they go through turn number 1, tries to get the nose in there. He leaves a fair bit of room, but Wood now left behind. He just seemed to lose that momentum as Roger Jansen, so clinical. As you can see him push through here in the S15. Just leading away from Adam Wood now and opening up a big gap. That's going to maximise the points he wants in this lead run. Remembering the lead run just needs to get the line correct. The chase driver needs to get right up on proximity as best as they can. As we go and check this one out now, we're going to turn around and Adam Wood's going to lead us out, but he gets the car sideways, loses some momentum. Jansen with a big advantage here to get right on the door, and he does, sticks the nose in turn number 1. Not a lot of angle there for Jansen there, but he is keeping that proximity very close to Adam Wood in that R34. Just seems to have a whole lot more grip there for Roger Jansen as he transitions over. And a wheel off, you can see the dirt being kicked up by Adam Wood. The final corner, Jansen right there in the smoke screen, but he can just see that lime green paint. Holds onto it, washes off a lot of angle, Roger Jansen that time as Adam Wood goes out wide, but the car just not driving away like we have seen with those semi-slicks in the Pro Series. Really there, got really wide, and that'll change the speed in which you throw it into the first corner. Judges have deliberated, and Roger Jansen will take the win out of this battle and head off into the top 8. As the next battle come out, it's going to be Damien Cook going to be chasing down Matt Harvey, and Cookie with that really damaged R33. And Matt Harvey is so clinical, the Tasmanian. Since he's entered this series, he has just excelled in everything he's done. Struggling a little bit this weekend. Nice line though as he goes through turn number 2. Brings the Kumo tyres, S13 back nicely. And we see Damien Cook is left behind there in the distance, that damaged car, just trying to limp through and see how he goes this weekend. Matt Harvey though, puts the blaze on here, just baking the tyres through the final corner. And that's going to be a strong advantage when it comes to the points. This time Damien Cook is going to lead us out. Let's see what he can do in this LS-powered R33. So much damage on board though. Can he put a run together in this one? Matt Harvey just leaving a little bit of distance now. Doesn't want to get too close. He has a big advantage, and as Damien Cook goes off onto the dirt, that's another advantage there to Matt Harvey. And again, you see that he is so struggling with the setup of this car after they've tried to put it back together. The Zoo Performance team have been working furiously in the pits to see if they can just get this car to some sort of competitive point there. Drops another wheel in the dirt, and Matt Harvey there maintains that proximity, showing how he's so clinical and putting the car wherever he wants to. He just pulls it up there, puts the nose in once again, and Matt Harvey will take the win out of this battle between himself and Damien Cook. And there we go. We move on to our top 8 now. Brody Mayer will be taking on James Abbott. Dale Campaign will be taking on Matt Harvey. Roger Anson and Glenn Omerod will battle it out. And Patrick Barley and Jason Ferrin will be the 4th battle. Obviously, Glenn Omerod going through after Mo Hawley could not make it out into the battle. Jason Ferrin goes through after Nathan Green, who had those rods hanging out of his block. And Patrick Barley goes through without a battle in the top 16. We now move on to our Zoo Performance Pro-Am. And what a qualifying session they had. They've already started battling it out, and we're going to move straight into the top 8 with Brian Cruikshank taking on Jason Hayden, Kurt Penrose Starr taking on Kieran Starr, Bo Gagliardi and Sam Mudge will battle it out, and Matt Murphy and Nathan Ranson will be your final battle in the top 8. All right, let's check out the highlights now. And he's been so dominant. Brian Cruikshank, he's going to have to chase down Jason Hayden, Team 2J. And Cruikshank there trying to keep that proximity in the BMW, but Hayden starts to pull away this time. Cruikshank, uncharacteristically wide there this time, and has to go down the inside, grabs a little bit of dirt with the front wheel, and Jason Hayden with a nice lead run. Remembering they are on a more radial tyre, not the semi-slick. There is a big difference in how the characteristics of the cars handle. Hayden there a little bit tight on that corner, but he's got the proximity out. And Jason Hayden will get the win in this and go through to the top 4. Move on to the next one. Kurt Penrose Starr and Kieran Ratcliffe are going to be battling it out this time. Kurt Penrose Starr in the lead. Really pulls up on a lot of speed, and Kieran Ratcliffe makes big contact this time. And the winner goes to Kurt Penrose Starr in this battle. That contact really hurting when it comes to the judges. It was Bo Gagliardi in the V8 powered Toyota taking on Sam Mudge, who just got left behind here. The big power, he drove away. I think Sam Mudge may have missed a gear that time. And Bo Gagliardi just gets the bake on there. You can see he's a local South Australian, no drama, but no, the car comes backwards. Just really threw the car backwards there, and that is going to hurt him in the scores. We'll have to see this though. Sam Mudge now gets redemption. Can he lead away from Bo Gagliardi? He can't afford to make a mistake. He just needs to get it through. That Dewars RB30, what can it do? Gagliardi there just left behind there as Mudge pushes through. The car with a nice bit of grip on this one. Starts to drive out. Oh no, grabs a little bit of dirt. Can he hold on to it? This one's going to be hard for the judges. Mistakes on both sides, and now another bit of dirt there from Sam Mudge. But he's done enough. He'll get the win over Bo Gagliardi this time after that mistake in the first battle. Matt Murphy out of Canberra now will lead away from Nathan Ranson. And he does drive away. Ranson seemed to miss a gear there as well. Maybe something going wrong there, but the team blast. Matt Murphy leads out in the R33. Nice lines ahead around these next couple of corners. Transition done nicely. Nathan Ranson's closed that proximity up as well. Just hangs the wheel out over the ripple strip. Doesn't touch dirt though. Super close. Grabs the handbrake, just positions the car up for this final corner, and you know it's full power as he gets out of this one. And Matt Murphy doing a nice lead run that time. We're going to turn around, and this time Nathan Ranson's going to lead out. Matt Murphy's not letting him get away though. Ranson was much more comfortable on the power this time. A lot of lock wound on though. He's going to have to be careful. Murphy has to pull the car up there, and that'll cause a bit of a straighten. Nathan Ranson will get back though into the circuit. Matt Murphy, can he get himself back? He's in the smoke at the moment. Needs to get closer to the car if he wants to look through that. Transition nice now from Ranson as he goes out wide, but you can see that bobble there causing Matt Murphy to straighten up and giving him an advantage there in that chase run, and will get the win here. As we have a look at the top 4 in our Zoo Performance Pro-Am, it's going to be Jason Hayden taking on Kurt Penrose and Sam Mudge taking on Matt Murphy in the Team Blast R33. We'll be back with our Hi-Tec Oils Pro Series right after this short break. Welcome back to the Hi-Tec Oils Drift All-Star Series. It's round number 2 from South Australia, the Ben Motorsport Park. It is so fantastic to be back in South Australia, have so many of our South Australian competitors joining us in this series. We have not been here for a number of years, and I'll tell you what, the Ben Motorsport Park has really turned it on for us this weekend as we head into the top 8 of our Hi-Tec Oils Drift All-Stars, the pro category, all thanks to Hi-Tec Oils. Brody Mayer is going to be taking on James Abbott. Roger Jansen, Glenn Omerod, Dale Campaign will take on Matt Harvey, and Patrick Barley will take on Jason Ferrer. As we head in the battles of our top 8, it's going to be our number 1 qualifier, Brody Mayer from Tasmania, who'll be taking on James Abbott from the Blaze unit. He just got through. And look at the speed, though, as Brody Mayer throws in the Bonnie Energy S13. That poor little SR working so hard. Goes out a little bit wide there, keeps control though. Nice switch back there, the transition's good. This looks like James Abbott having a few dramas, trying to keep with the pace of Brody Mayer. Here we go, sacrifice a little bit of angle there to get the proximity up, and you see the big Hi-Tec Oils banner. Just trying to go door to door there with Brody Mayer, but it sounds like there might be something going on with James Abbott car as well. Some issues there for the Hi-Tec Blaze unit this weekend. As we get on board, you can see the Tri-Ace replay. Just struggling to maintain the pace of Brody Mayer, who's just got so much grip in that S13. Just sacrifices a corner there to get that proximity closed up by Brody Mayer with that intense concentration there, not looking back one bit. This time out though, we'll have to see. Can James Abbott do something? Can he pull away from Brody Mayer? He's been so clinical in the first couple of rounds of the Hi-Tec Oils Drift Series. He makes contact though, James Abbott. Just throws him off a bit, and the bar is gone off the rear of Nigella. And Brody Mayer, nothing phases him at all as he just goes door to door, pulls the car up nicely. The transition leaves him just enough room this time. He might have done enough. They've got one more corner to go. They switch back the opposite way. Oh, goes door to door, really puts it on the side of James Abbott. Brody Mayer will just cut the corner, but has he done enough? As we check out the Tri-Ace replay, this is going to be super close. Contact made there, you can see the shunt. James Abbott holds on. Just a lot of clutch work going on there for James Abbott on this little transition area where we go through the S's, and he goes wide. We're used to hearing the 2J right up in the RPM, but he's finally gets there, but he's done enough, Brody Mayer, to make it through to the next round.
Brody, I saw you walking around a bit anxious. What was happening?
Oh, that was just a really tight battle. This morning's been a little bit dicey. We probably haven't got as much practice as we wanted. And there's a lot of oil and dirt and stuff all over the track. So I wasn't really sure how hard to push, but Jabbett was driving awesome, and I got a couple of good runs with him yesterday, so I knew I could push pretty hard. And yeah, seriously, it was just a super fun chase. So yeah, loving it.
Awesome. All right, thanks for the update.
No worries,
Back to you guys.
As we move on to our next battle, it's going to be Glenn Omerod. We're chasing down Roger Jansen, who has the lead in this battle. Now, Omerod didn't get to take on Mo Hooley in the top 16, so he's missed out on a little bit of driving as Roger Jansen really sticks it out wide, being his home track here in South Australia. He's already made a little bit of contact with that rear wall on the car earlier as Omerod just cuts the corner, goes across the dirt. It'll hurt him a little bit in the scoring there as Roger Jansen leaves him plenty of room, exactly what the judges wanted to see. And Jansen doing exactly the line that the judges laid out here this weekend at the Ben Motorsport Park. And Glenn Omerod doing everything he can in the back half of that run to see if he can get that proximity nice and close and try and claw back a few of those points as we check out the Tri-Ace replay this time. He was alongside Jansen for a second there, but it just gripped up and straightened for him. He did a really good job, Glenn Omerod, just to get himself back into the middle of the track and get back underway with the drift. But Roger Jansen there making a nice smooth run on this one as the lead driver. What can he do though in the chase position? Great to see Glenn Omerod out here in the Connect Electrical 86. But he's going to lead this one out, and how fast does he want to go into that first corner? That is the question. Jansen, this is his home track. He'll know every little bit of the bitumen. He'll know when to throw it in there. The initiation is really wide from Omerod, and he's off onto the dirt. And Jansen, again, knows exactly where to be, being the home track, and we can hear the sand coming up under the 86 there for Glenn Omerod, and there'll be a little bit of frustration, I believe. You can see it in the hands. And Roger Jansen will drive through there in the S15. Just getting another lap done. He's done so many here at the Ben Motorsport Park here in South Australia, and it is so fantastic to have Roger Jansen here. as part of the Hi-Tec Oars Drift All-Star Series. We check out the Tri-Ace replay, and Glenn Omerod just went so wide. He really tried to throw it in very, very fast here, and that's the risk you take. And with that sand on the outside, once you get on that, the car will just slide out. And as you can see, Roger Anson will get the win and go through to the top 4. Next up, it's going to be Matt Harvey, the Tasmanian, who's been very strong in the series, taking on local Dale Campaign. If you're a South Australian, make a bit of noise for Dale Campaign. Number 2 qualifier, showing exactly why he's meant to be there, but Matt Harvey's sticking it to his door at the moment. This one's a battle. How close is this? Makes enough room for the transition, and the GH haulage. Onevier just can't pull away from Matt Harvey, tries to smoke him out. Harvey just lets him go for a bit and closes that proximity up on the final corner. What a battle we have between these two. Check out the Tri-Ace replay. Campaign sticks it right on the edge of the wall, just loses the winglet on the side there as he goes out so wide. Doesn't faze him at all. Leaves a little bit of room there though for Matt Harvey to put the nose in like the judges want to see. And Matt Harvey, I don't think you can do it any better in a chase position here as he just sticks it to the side of Dale Campaign. Backs off for a fraction, transition done nicely, and then you're on the bake for the final corner and gets right up alongside of him once again. Matt Harvey's going to have to do something in this lead run though. How fast does he want to go into turn number 1? There's a big wall there, you've got to risk it. He throws it down, the Power Plus fuels S13. Campaign with the back tyres right out almost onto the sand, and Harvey gets it through, leaves some room there. Dale Campaign trying to catch up to him. I thought Campaign had done the perfect lead run, but Matt Harvey really taking it to him. This one's going to be super close in the points. Sacrificed a little bit of angle to get it door to door there with Matt Harvey, and they finish the drift. This battle is going to be so hard to decipher, to see what the judges are going to say. The Tri-Ace replay will show it. As we saw there, Dale Campaign got out so wide, just didn't drop the wheels on the dirt. We saw that from the other angle. They transition back, comes in nice and tight. Harvey's left him plenty of room there to put the nose in. Every opportunity to get that proximity nice and close. Good on the transition, and then he closes it up right there. Tries to get that Power Plus sticker on the side of the GH haulage car, and no surprising, we are going to see it one more time from these two. Dale Campaign is going to lead us out. He's already lost the edge of his wing. The winglet is gone. What can he do this time? Oh, he would have lost it again. That's how close he was to the wall. Matt Harvey, though, this looks like a rerun of the first battle we saw. They are so close. Let's see the transition now. They make it. Oh, there was some paint nearly. I reckon nearly they exchanged some paint. Harvey there with those Kumo tyres. Plenty of grip. So they transition for the final corner. They set themselves up and they are side by side. This is synchronised drifting. The Tri-Ace replay is going to show us exactly what we saw in the first battle. Dale Campaign throws it into that first corner with immense speed, and Matt Harvey just matches him. Staying right by his side, keeping him glued to the door, does not want to let the GH haulage 1v get away. Look at the transition. Harvey knows exactly what to do, how much room to give him. It is so close. You can almost envisage that red paint of Matt Harvey's car just on the corner of Dale Campaign, but looks like they've just missed each other. Matt Harvey, what can he do? Will he brake? Or will he hold on under this immense pressure? Dale Campaign right beside him. It's even closer proximity this time in the rerun. The angle, nice angle there from Matt Harvey. Gets the power down now, and the Kumo tyres are doing everything they can to push hard. Transition back, you see here Dale Campaign really loves this final corner. Look how close he gets to Matt Harvey. And the judges, well, they have a big decision to make after this one. We'll check out the Tri-Ace replay. Matt Harvey, no slouch into that first corner. You see not a lot of steering input there, nice and smooth through the first couple of corners there, but Dale Campaign just matches it with him. They transition back, keeps that proximity. You can tell by the amount of smoke coming over the car, it is all behind both the cars. If he was too far back, he would be covered in smoke and you would not see what is going on, but it looks like this time though, Dale Campaign will take the win.
Congratulations, Dale, making it to top 4. You know what? That was one intense battle, and I would hate to be a judge.
Oh yeah, look, I honestly thought I was out after the first one. I can't wait to watch the replay. I know we both said we made a few mistakes, but yeah, I stepped it up for the next one. My lead run was on point, and my chase felt pretty good. I've got to work on getting a little bit closer through the inside section. But yeah, if I can pull that together, hopefully we try to get up on the top spot.
Well, if the battles are already that intense, imagine how it's going to be when we get to the next top 4. But right now we're going to decide who's going to go through. Patrick Barley leading out Jason Ferrin in the big R31, and Barley just getting the big RPM out of that 434 cubes of V8 power, and Ferrin with the Barra-powered R31 goes a little bit shallow there, gets the wheels on the dirt there. Patrick Barley looking for all that grip, that power in that Corvette. No drama, lighting the rear tyres up. You can see it very, very twitchy though. It's got a lot of grip, but Ferrin not afraid to go side by side as we check out the Tri-Ace replay. Patrick Barley threw it in with a lot of angle in this first corner, and he's just straightened up for a second there, and Ferrin's come in very early. Had to do a little bit of handbrake there, work there, just to make sure that he doesn't make contact with Patrick Barley. They want to keep this one nice and clean. Barley, you can see that transition is very snappy there from him in the Corvette. You see the steering input as he goes around the corner there. That has a lot of grip, that car. As he drives out Jason Ferrin, they manage to maintain that proximity, even with the Barra power up against the big V8. This time though, Jason Ferrin in the R31, what can he do? It's a relatively new car for him. Hasn't done too much battling in it, but nice and smooth through the first couple of corners. Patrick Barley though needs to keep that pressure on as he just goes across the inside there. Might have dropped a wheel on the outside. Ferrin just keeps going though, that consistency there. Switch back as he goes around the final corner, and he's opened up a huge gap over Patrick Barley. He'll have to try and chase it down as Ferrin puts on the smoke show over the final part of the corner. Check out the Tri-Ace replay and have a look here. Jason Ferrin just leaves that room open for Patrick Barley, and I'm just waiting to see if Patrick Barley got a wheel off at this point, because he was just trying to keep that proximity, but Ferrin with huge amounts of grip, and the judges' results are in. It looks like we're going one more time between these two. This is going to be a fantastic rerun as Patrick Barley leads us out in the Corvette, and listen to it sing that beautiful V8 goodness. If you're a V8 lover, you got to listen to that one. Jason Ferrin though keeps nice and tight there on the proximity. They transition back as they come through this tight section. It's got to be ominous seeing that big R31 in the side mirrors of that little Corvette. It looks so small out there on track. Patrick Barley though doing a nice job out in front. Oh, a bit of contact with the wall as he runs it the whole way. That poor carbon fibre body just getting a bit of a touch up on this one as we check out the Tri-Ace replay. He just stays in it though, keeps the momentum of the car so it doesn't shift back, which gives Jason Ferrin the opportunity just to keep on the inside there and hold his angle. But what will Jason Ferrin do? How fast does he want to go into this first corner in the big R31? He's not afraid to throw it in. Patrick Barley now is going to have to work hard. He has to show why he needs to go into the top 4. The Barra drives away, puts the power down there in the R31. Not a whole amount of angle there, but he does keep the momentum of the car and drives away from Patrick Barley, who's doing everything he can in the Corvette, trying to get every little bit of grip. But it's huge RPM and it goes up in tyre smoke as we check out the Tri-Ace replay. How fast did Jason Ferrin want to throw it into that first corner? As we see the judges have made a decision, and Jason Ferrin and the Keep It Read R31 will go through into our top 4. Patrick Barley just tried everything he could in that one to try and get the proximity back in the final corner. A little bit of a stall out there for Jason Ferrin, but Patrick Barley could not close it up. We'll wait to see who Jason Ferrin will take on in our top 4. Looks like it will be his mate Dale Campaign, our number 2 qualifier. Next up though, we're going to move into our Zoo Performance Pro-Am, and it's so fantastic to have Zoo Performance as part of the Pro-Am series here at the Hi-Tec Drift All-Stars, and back here in South Australia. Cannot wait for this top 4 to unfold. Jason Hayden was looking very, very sharp out there in his first battle, and another one was Matt Murphy, very strong in that R33. Let's see how it all goes down though as our top 4 come out in the Zoo Performance Pro-Am class, and it's going to be Kurt Penrose Star leading out over Jason Hayden, and look at the gap he's pulled on him. The S14 just opens up nicely there. Good lead into that first corner. Jason Hayden's going to have to do a fair bit of work here to close that proximity up. Remembering they're back on the radial tyre. It's not as grippy as the semi-slicks we see in the Pro Series. Sets the car up for the final corner, gets it right out on the wall as well. Jason Hayden, very shallow, you can see the understeer. And we'll have to wait and see what Jason Hayden can do in the lead now as we switch him around, and Hayden with some big speed into the first corner there. Pulls away from Kurt Penrose Star, and a lot of dust being kicked up there from Jason Hayden as he goes wide. Penrose Star a bit disadvantaged out of that one maybe. We'll have to wait and see how the judges dissect this run. Hayden though starts to drive away as you see the amount of speed that he starts to carry into this final corner, and Kurt Penrose Star just can't get the reset on this one, and Jason Hayden drives away. And that'll be the end of that battle. We'll have to wait and see what the judges are going to say about this one. Mistakes on both sides as they were in the lead run. It's going to be super, super close here in the Zoo Performance Pro-Am. We check out the Tri-Ace replay. Hayden there, this is the lead run that he had, and he did go out wide out in the dirt, but he managed to regain his composure and set himself up for the final couple of corners, and the judges have said one more time we're going to rerun him here in the Zoo Performance Pro-Am Series. Kurt Penrose Star will lead us out this time, and it will be Jason Hayden maintaining that close proximity through turn number 1. Not afraid of the speed this time. Look for the transition. How will this go? Jason Hayden just backs off a little bit, gives him some room. Uses that advantage there of Kurt Penrose Star being a little bit wide there. Just what the judges wanted to see. Hayden doing a lot better run this time around. That proximity a lot closer than what we saw in the first battle. A rerun. This is going to be interesting. No mistakes that time from Jason Hayden or Penrose Star. Hayden will lead us out for the second time. Opens up a big gap. You can see there is a big speed advantage there from Jason Hayden. Not afraid to throw it down there from Team 2J. Penrose Star though right up in the second half of this battle. But Jason Hayden just starts to drive away. You can see the speed of the car there. It is gripped up. Sticks it out nice and wide on the final corner, and our judges will have to make a decision out of this one. As we check out the Tri-Ace replay. Hayden there very, very fast as they go into the first corner. Penrose Star has to do everything just to try and get that proximity back. Sacrifice that angle. Take a shallow line. Get right up against Jason Hayden. And after some deliberation, the judges have said Jason Hayden will get the win out of this one. As we have a look, Sam Mudge unable to race in this one. A mechanical error was meant to take on Matt Murphy from Team Blast in the R33. So Mudge with some mechanical issues here this weekend, and it looks like he will not take part in this battle. That is so unfortunate. Matt Murphy is going to be very happy, though, that he goes into a battle there for 1 and 2. How is he going to go in the Zoo Performance Pro-Am? We'll be back for our top 4 battles right after this short break. It's time to get into the top 4 finals here of our Hi-Tec Oils Pro Series here at the Bend Motorsport Park. It's great to be back in South Australia, and we've got some really tough battles to come your way here. Of course, we saw our number 1 qualifier who has gone back-to-back into the finals after round number 1. He did it at Winter Motorsport Park. He's going to do it once again in the top 4. Brodie Mayer will be taking on Roger Iance, and Dale Campaign will be taking on Jason Ferrin. Time to get in our top 4 battles, and it's going to be Brodie Mayer with that intense look on his eyes as he leads out Roger Anson in this battle. Can he make it to the final? Can he fight it out for number 1 and 2? We'll wait and find out with a huge amount of angle thrown in, but he goes really, really wide. Grabs a little bit of dust on the outside of turn number 1. Roger Anson gives him every bit of advantage there to keep that proximity after that huge entry there from Brodie Mayer, pushing the little SR20. But look at the grip of Brodie Mayer's S13. He just manages to drive away and open up a huge gap on Roger Anson. And no drama there from the Bonnie Energy S13 as he opens up a massive gap. It was surprising after that first corner as we check out the Tri-Ace replay. He went very, very wide, but the speed that he showed coming in, not afraid to risk every body panel on the car. This time, though, How's he going to feel? Will Roger Anson be a lot more comfortable in the lead run? We'll wait and find out. Anson sticks it up nice and high, close to the wall, but Brody Mayer doesn't let him get away. He's not going to give him the same opportunity. Gets right up on the back quarter there. Roger Anson cuts the corner a little bit, Brody Mayer. Anson just leaving him a little bit of room, exactly what the judges wanted to see. Gets the wheel out on the outside ripple strip. Doesn't touch the dirt though. They transition back. The final corner set him up for a big run along the wall, and Mayer sticks it to the door of Roger Anson, and this one is going to be close. We'll have a look at the Tri-Ace replay. Roger Anson here just going through the motion there, laying down those lead runs, but the risk has got the win there. Brody Mayer really pushing the limits.
Congratulations, you've just made it through to the final. You can see Roger doesn't look very happy. He's very upset back there. Look at his face over there.
Nah, look, it was an awesome battle with Roger. He threw down like a really good lead, and it was so much fun. Like, I'm loving driving this track. It's awesome.
Roger, you've done so well all day today. What happened out there?
Brody just got the jump on me off the line, and I just couldn't reel him in. I was trying to run the tighter line to catch back up, but yeah, I didn't have an answer for him. He drove really well.
Jason, you're about to go against SA's top driver. How does that make you feel? You look really stressed out, like really anxious.
Yeah, pretty anxious right now. They call him SA Gruner, Dale Champagne, the most consistent king of our SA. So we're going to use that to our advantage and slam it on his door. I know he's a bit of a slow boy out there, so we'll use our grip to our advantage and take it to him like a man.
Well, this one's going to be a tough battle. Number 2 qualifier, Dale Campaign, the South Aussie. It's his home track, taking on the number 11 qualifier. From the outside, he's made it into the top 4. Jason Ferrin in contact. Oh my God, they make huge contact there, and Jason Ferrin just goes in hard. And Dale Campaign can't get away from him quick enough, and there is huge contact made on this one. We'll check out the Tri-Ace replay. Campaign sticks it to the wall again, and Jason Ferrin with that big R31 wagon just can't pull it up in time, as we saw Dale Campaign just trying to make that turn number 1. What would have happened to Jason Ferrin if Dale Campaign wasn't there? We'll check it out again. How hard was the impact? Oh, it was pretty good there. We'll wait to see what the damage might be between these two cars, because it doesn't look like too much wrong with Jason Ferrin's car, and you can see the sportsmanship alongside each other as they pull up and have a few words. Jason Ferrin, though, will lead this one out, and how fast does he want to go into turn number 1 now? He's in the lead. No one to follow. Puts it right up against the wall too. Tries to get rid of those tail lights. And Dale Campaign, no drama staying with him. This one's going to be a fantastic battle. This is our top 4 at the moment here in the Hi-Tec Oils Pro class. Looking down at Jason Ferrin as he just looks in front. Dale Campaign doing everything he can to stay out of that smoke stream that is being put out by the big R31 Barra Wags. He just opens up a little bit of proximity there on Dale Campaign as we check out the Tri-Ace replay. This was a nice run from Jason Ferrin, and Dale Campaign doing everything he can after fixing that car up to get it back out here and just try and stick it to the door. These two have a great relationship between them. They're very, very competitive. But I'll tell you what, that first run where we saw him make contact with Dale Campaign will probably be the downfall here, and as you can see, the judges have awarded Dale Campaign the win out of this battle.
Dale Campaign, that was one intense run. How did that feel?
Yeah, felt pretty hard when he hit me, but look, Jason was pushing hard. Obviously didn't do it on purpose, so that's drifting. Massive thanks to all the boys for getting the car back on the track, because yeah, it was pretty damaged, a few arms bent, but yeah, we got it back, did a pretty safe run behind Jason, knowing we had the 10-0 advantage. So yeah, now Brody Mayer, so it's going to be a tough one. He's pretty quick out there, and I've been watching him drive. He's yeah, he's going to be one to beat, I reckon.
And now it's time to find out where they're going to end up on the podium. Our battle for third position is going to kick things off between Kurt Penrose-Starr and Sam Mudge. And of course our final between Jason Hayden and Matt Murphy for the top rank on the podium. Here we go as they lead out a battle for third position now in the Zoo Performance Pro-Am class, and Sam Mudge still struggling after those mechanical issues as Penrose-Starr leads away. Just straightens up a little bit there, and Mudge manages to close the gap up, but he has to get off the accelerator there and really stalls the car up, doing everything he can to try and put that nose down the inside and maintain that pressure. Penrose-Starr, probably not as fast as what Mudge would like to be. You can see he looks a little bit uncomfortable, Mudge there, just in the chase position on this one as he straightens up again. He gets the car sideways. Luckily, no contact made on Penrose-Starr as he goes through the Tri-Ace replay. We'll show it here. Kurt Penrose Star gets it very, very wide. Not a lot of angle at this point there, and just grabs a little bit of dirt there on the outside wheel. Sam Mudge comes down on the inside, has to straighten so he doesn't go across into the dirt, and it really throws the car out on the final corner. That one's going to be hard for the judges. Who will get the advantage? We'll find out. Sam Mudge, though, can he lay down after mechanical issues, which has knocked him down into the battle for third. Gets it right against the wall, and the RB20 now has to do all the hard work. Keep the RPM nice and high. Gets it through the first couple of corners there and starts to pull away from Penrose Star. Kurt, though, doesn't want to let him go as Mudge now gets on the power of the transition into the final corner. How high will he want to go? Gets it right up on the wall as well. The power's down and starts to pull away from Kurt Penrose Star. As we check out the Tri-Ace replay, the entry there was really good from Mudge. So really wanted to put the corner of the S13 out on the wall as well. Carried that momentum through the first couple of corners. The transition nice there. Not a lot of angle from Kurt behind as he's just trying to maintain that proximity. And the Juarez Performance RB20 now gets on the power and drives away and will get the win to get him on the podium here in the Zoop Performance Pro-Am category.
I'm standing next to Jason Hayden with his S-Chassis 2J. Now, you're about to go up with Matt Murphy for the top prize. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Me and Matt have battled twice before. We're one each, so this is going to be the decider, and what better way to meet up in the top spot.
And how's the car been going with this weather?
Today it's been going good. Yesterday we were fighting, just trying to dial grip out, but now it's a bit cooler. It seems like it's a bit slicker, so yeah, it's going all right today.
Will Jason stand in the number one on the podium? We'll have to find out after this battle because it's going to decide who's going to be 1 and 2 as Matt Murphy leads us out in the Team Blast R33, and he goes really, really wide, trying to throw it in with huge amounts of pace. Jason Hayden just needs to maintain that proximity. Can he be the better of the chase runs? Matt Murphy really starts to tighten up his line there in the Team Blast R33. Throws it down nicely, opens up the gap for Jason Hayden if he wants to put the nose in, and Hayden will close the proximity up on the final corner. Nice battle between these two, and the Tri-Ace replay will show how fast Matt Murphy really wanted to try and push into turn number 1 here at the Bend Motorsport Park at the drift track. Jason Hayden, no drama there, just wanted to keep a nice clean line there, doing everything he can in the chase run to maximise the points. He's going to get his opportunity to lead us out though, show what he can do from the lead position in this battle for the number 1 position. Matt Murphy's Team Blast car though, it's going to be a formidable opponent. Here we go, Jason Hayden leads us out. Matt Murphy, how close can he stay and how fast does Jason want to go into turn number 1? Doesn't go as wide as Matt Murphy. Keeps that angle though as they go through, and Murphy though comes up, can't pull the car up, and contact is made. The car will turn around, and that'll be a huge disadvantage there for Matt Murphy. That might decide our podium. We'll have to wait and find out what the judges think about that one as Jason Hayden's going to finish this lap off. Why wouldn't you? You think knowing that you've just been contacted in the rear of the car that you've probably got a huge advantage in this one as we have a look at the Tri-Ace replay. Murphy comes in, a bit of a straighten there for a second, and he thought Jason Hayden might have driven away a little bit faster probably, and unfortunately for Matt Murphy, that's probably going to hurt him there, and Jason Hayden will go to number 1 on the podium and take the win here in the Zoo Performance Pro-Am.
I'm standing next to Matt Murphy. That was one intense battle. How's your R33? What happened?
It was a pretty good battle. I was feeling confident going up against Jason. He slowed up a bit more than what I was expecting in the turn 2 there, and my wheel just locked up after connecting with his rear quarter, and it pivoted me on that point. So it is what it is, but it was a good battle, and I'm pretty happy to be where I am, so no complaints there.
See our Z Performance Pro-Am drivers and Matt Murphy getting his first podium finish there in 2nd position. But next up, let's have a look at our Hi-Tec Oils Pro category. And of course, the battle for 3rd is going to be a tight one between Roger Ianson, who wants some redemption after his previous battle, and he'll be taking on Jason Ferrin, who made big contact with Dale Campaign earlier. Let's check this one out. Who's going to get on the bottom step of the podium as Roger Ianson leads out and Jason Ferrin leaves a big gap this time over the South Aussie. Closes it right up in the first corner there in the big barrel wags. Really hear it get on the power as he gets the front wheel in the dirt. The transition's nice. He just leaves Roger enough room. This one's a close battle. Roger Anson, though, doing a nice job out in front. Jason Ferrin applying all the pressure as they head down the final corner, and it's all tyres blazing as Ferrin closes right up on the door of Roger Anson. Let's have a look at the Trias replay. Big handbrake from Jason Ferrin, this time not wanting to make contact with the lead car. Just maintaining that proximity, gingerly on the throttle there. That car is really gripped up at the moment, and Roger Anson just going through the motions, laying down a very solid lead run. Jason Ferrin risking the panels on the car, not afraid to go door to door here at the Bend Motorsport Park in South Australia, and Jason Ferrin looks pretty keen, giving the signal to the starter to get underway. And how fast can the barrel wagon go? Gets it transitioned in nicely. Roger Anson is shallow into the first corner, and Jason Ferrin there holding the angle through the first couple of corners. Looks nice and smooth. Transition back, and you can see the smoke screen behind. Roger Anson has to work his way through that. Looking very grippy there from Jason Ferrin. He's got the tri-aces on, and they're doing a marvellous job for him here this weekend as he puts a smoke cloud on and just opens up a tiny gap over Roger Anson. Not much in it between these two in the chase run. We'll check out the tri-ace replay. Anson there comes in shallow, keeps that proximity though as they go through the first couple of corners. It's a transition back here, he just leaves him a little bit of a gap. You can hear him stand, the torque that the barra makes down low before it comes on boost, really assisting and getting the wagon out of there. And it looks like Jason Ferrin will get a very slim win in this one over Roger Anson and be third on the podium. Next up, Dale Campaign is going to battle it out with Brodie Mayer, our number 1 and 2 qualifier. They've gone all the way and now they go head to head. Brodie Mayer leading us out in the Bonnie Energy S13, and Dale Campaign just slots in behind. He's straightened up a little bit there, and Brodie Mayer with a little bit of advantage there from a judging point of view. But he drops the wheel, puts a lot of dirt up in the air. Dale Campaign, every opportunity now to close the proximity on the final corner. You can see the rubber flying off the back of Brodie Mayer's car. It's really pushing those tyres into the ground, looking for every little bit of grip. Having a look through these first couple of corners on the Trias replay, and Brodie Mayer leaving him a little bit of a gap. The transition's nice from both drivers. And Campaign now gets on the power, chasing Brodie Mayer down. You cannot let him get away. That car has so much grip, and look how close they come through the final corner. A couple little errors from both drivers there, and the judges will have to decide who they think will have the advantage as we head out. Now Dale Campaign will get his opportunity to lead over Brodie Mayer. And smoke already coming off the back right there of Dale Campaign as the suspension pushes down, and look at Mayer right up on the door. Couldn't put a credit card between them at that point. Transition nicely. Gets in nice and early for Brodie Mayer. He can already see what's going to happen in front of him. He's reading Dale Campaign's movements. He comes out of the smoke. Oh no, Campaign has a straight in there into the final corner. That could be the difference in the final. That could be the difference as we check out the Tri-Ace replay here, and you can see the speed and intent that Dale Campaign throws the GH Haulage 1B into the first corner. And Brodie Mayer, the car just squats down when he needs to and just grips up and throws the car forward. He's looking in the back corner, and you can see there the winner. Our judges have decided it's going to be Brodie Mayer with the win over Dale Campaign, the local South Australian. What an epic final it is here at the Hi-Tec Oils Pro Series.
Absolutely stoked on third place, the wagon's first competition. So yeah, it couldn't end up better. The steering changes we did with Stewie Acosta was on point. Thanks a lot, and of course the wife and kids at home, thank you very much for your support. Unfortunately, I couldn't be here today, but I did it for you.
Massive thanks to my crew and all the other mates that chipped in to get us back on track. It was pretty bent up, and yeah, we got it as good as we could. Carl was breaking down a little bit through the chase against Brodie. I couldn't catch him, so yeah, well done to him. Amazing driving. So yeah, very happy to take this home. Got to thank GH Haulage, Kumo tyres. You guys are amazing. Like yeah, the tyres were so damn grippy. It was awesome. Smith Partners Einstein for the wrap made it absolute. Yeah, it looks amazing. And I won't keep you too long, but all the rest of the amazing sponsors that have been on board to help me get here. So yeah, really good.
Definitely pretty stoked with that one. little bit surprised that I got the win. It was super tight with Dale. We were both pushing at 110%, and yeah, it was pretty dicey out there, but glad to get the win. It's been a super long weekend. It's been a lot of fun, but yeah, I'd like to thank my crew for crewing the car all weekend. Some of my sponsors, Bonnie Energy, Straight Line, Ceramic Coating Taz, KC Custom, and a few others. But yeah, definitely couldn't be here without him, so thanks.
Well, after some really close battles, we finish off round number 2 at the Bend Motorsport Park, and Brodie Mayer leads us out after 2 wins in the series after 2 rounds. His fellow Tasmanian Matt Harvey in second, and Jason Ferrin now in third place. In our Zoo Performance Pro-Am series is Brian Cruikshank still leading us out in that BMW. Sam Mudge after a tough weekend in second place, and Matt Murphy now on the podium in third position in the points. Great to see so many people from South Australia coming out to support us here at the Bend Motorsport Park, round number 2 of the Hi-Tec Drift All-Star Series. And of course, we next head back to Winton Motor Raceway, where we do it all again to see who will be on the top of the podium. This time round, though, we are going to go to the front section of the racing circuit, where it's a little bit different, it's a little bit faster, and of course, the battles are going to be even closer. We can't wait to see you then.